Tonight, forensic investigators in Mexico are gathering evidence after the bodies of 3 men were discovered about 40 miles south of Ensenada. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee.
I'm Carlo Cicchetto. The remains are believed to be those of an Ocean Beach resident from Australia, his brother, as well as another San Diegan.
CBS 8's Richard Allen joins us with more on the investigation, along with reaction from our local surfing community. Richard?
And Carlo and Marcella, tonight, the family members of all 3 missing surfers, these 2 brothers from Australia and their friend, are traveling to the scene just south of Ensenada where the 3 bodies were discovered. This as authorities are still holding off on officially identifying them. In the meantime, many local surfers we spoke with say that while the news is shocking, it won't keep them from traveling south of the border to do what they love.
News like this always shakes up the surf community.
San Diego surfer Nicole Gradesky did not personally know the 3 men who went missing on this Baja surf trip. 33-year-old Australian-born Ocean Beach resident Callum Robinson, a lacrosse player. His 30-year-old brother Jake, a doctor visiting from Australia. And their friend, 30-year-old San Diegan Jack Carter Road. But Gradesky does say these latest developments are disturbing.
A lot of surfers go down there all the time, and we know the risk we're taking, but we also try to stay, as safe as possible. So.
The trio traveled from San Diego down to Baja for a surfing and camping trip last weekend, a journey documented through Callum's social media. They were last seen on Monday near the popular Baja surf spot K38. But when they didn't show up to their Airbnb booked in Rosarito, concerned family reported them missing.
Se encuentra en este momento un equipo de trabajo.
On Thursday, Baja's Attorney General confirmed that 2 men and 1 woman were arrested in connection with the trio's disappearance. And today, our media partner in Mexico, Televisa, confirms that 3 bodies believed to be the missing men were discovered at the bottom of a well off La Bocana, about 40 miles south of Ensenada, where forensics examiners are continuing their investigation. The Chevy pickup the trio had been driving was also discovered nearby after it had been set on fire.
It is very sad to hear.
Many local surfers, while moved by the news, said this would most likely not impact their decision to travel to Baja.
Not at all. I've been going my whole life, and I'm going to keep going.
I wouldn't be worried to go into the Baja, no.
I've never felt threatened or in danger there, so this was really shocking and horrible news.
Gradesky says she has a trip planned there for July, where she'll stay in the same area where the 3 men were last seen alive.
We feel comfortable about it, but this definitely kind of shook us up, knowing, that this happened.
And here in the United States, the FBI says that it is working with their international law partners on this investigation, saying they are steadfast in finding answers, also adding that they are assessing every tip that they receive.
We know the surf community here is pretty tight. Are there any plans for some way to recognize, to honor these guys?
Well, not here in San Diego quite yet that we know of, but we have heard that in Ensenada this weekend, Sunday at 4 p.m. at San Miguel Beach, that's near Ensenada, they're going to have a paddle out to honor all 3 surfers.
So sad.
So sad, and so many unanswered questions at this point. It must be really hard for their families.
Quite the statement, going down to Mexico, to Ensenada, to do that paddle out. Says a lot about how they feel about the region and their friends.
Exactly.
Thanks, Richard.